That must be the projector Jake mentioned in his letter to Ruth.
Projector? What projector? What you talking about? Nancy, what are you talking about? What projector?
Whoa!
What the hell?
Somebody must have thrown the emergency brake.
Oh?
The question is, did somebody throw the brake or something?
Oh, Joe, now you sound like Lori.
Hey, I was the first one on the scene and I saw no one.
Who was the next person on the scene?
Who was the next person on the scene?
Yeah.
John Gray. Then Balducci came bursting through one door while Frank and the engineer came through the other. Boy, was that guy ticked. He said the train could have derailed. He reset the brake, muttered a few choice words, then headed back to the engine just as you and Lori showed up.
Everybody was there except Charlena. I don't think she left her laptop the whole time.
You think she could have thrown the brake and snuck back to her laptop without your seeing her? There's no way Lori could have thrown the brake unless she had someone else do it.
Do you think she could have thrown the brake and snuck back to her laptop without your seeing her?
Not likely, but possible, I guess.
The question is, why? What did she or anybody else stand to gain by stopping the train?
Answer? Nothing. Which is why I think we should at least consider the possibility that something less human in nature may be at work here.
Okay.
Ah, Joe.
I'm going to see if Balducci's done dusting for fingerprints. Catch you later.
Okay, so we have developments. Ugh. What the?
So, Lori pushed that button, slid the shelves
Oh.
open further, squeezed through, and disappeared. Very clever.
Oh, I can't.
More questions?
I'll touch bases with you later.
All
We'll
right, then.
talk in a minute. Let's talk to the annoying guy.
Glad you dropped in. Lori told me she'd given you a letter from Jake Hurley that says how to find his mine.
I didn't mention it before because it's very bizarre.
Lori should have given that to me. I mean, I'm the trained professional around here. Let me take a look. I've seen enough. 2 words. Useless. Those are just the rantings of a guy who spent way too much of his life swirling mud around in Panda under the hot sun. 5-star nut job.
I can't stand this dude. If he ends up being the culprit, I feel like I would enjoy this game a lot better, but if he does, he's so annoying.
You don't think there's anything helpful in there?
Nada.
Did you find any fingerprints on the emergency brake handle?
None that read any hell, thanks to Casey Jones up there. I told the old geezer not to touch anything, but he went and got his big, fat, oily paw prints all over the place. If we didn't need him to drive the train, I'd charge him with obstruction of justice.
Did you do anything else besides look for fingerprints?
Of course. As a matter of fact, I found this. Probably fell out of the perp's pocket while he was yanking on the handle.
Looks like some kind of thermometer.
Yeah, like the kind a certain ghost hunter uses on that bogus show of his.
You think John Gray threw the brake? But why would he do that?
Because they're thinking about axing his show, that's why. I checked with this buddy of mine in L.A. Gray's got to come up with something real big real soon, or he's toast. And you can't get much bigger than a train with a spooky past that's prone to strange accidents, now can you?
Who else have you told about this?
All in due time. I always like to get my ducks in a row before I make an arrest.
But couldn't someone else have dropped that thermometer?
Please. Who's the top cop here, huh? Who's the world-famous detective? You? I know what I'm doing, sweetheart. John Gray wanted publicity. That's exactly what I'm gonna give him.
Okay, we're done talking.
Thanks for your help.
Don't mention it.
He's so high up on his own farts, it's annoying. Okay, let's talk to the other peeps.
What's up?
So are you making any progress in here?
Oh yeah, not only am I getting some real unusual EMRs, that's electromagnetic readings, but take a look at this.
You've got something?
I set up a camera and took some time-lapse photos. Sometimes I was in the room, sometimes I wasn't, but somewhere along the line, I managed to get a shot of Camille.
Where? You don't mean that little blob, do you?
Yep, that's Camille.
Okay.
You're skeptical. That's cool. Just remember, the key word when it comes to ghostly phenomena is energy. That blob is the result of Camille's residual life force, spirit if you will, reacting with the chemicals in the photographic paper.
Couldn't it just be a flaw in the photographic paper?
Okay, it could be that too, but it's not. Trust me.
Are you by any chance missing a small digital thermometer?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am. When I went through the box I packed them in, that one over there, I came up one short. I was hoping to set up at least 6 in here so I could check for cold spots. How did you know I was missing one?
Because Tino Balducci found it by the emergency brake handle when he was dusting it for fingerprints. And now he thinks you're the one who pulled it.
That's ridiculous. I didn't have any reason to pull the emergency brake.
Is it true that your show is in danger of being canceled?
Newsflash, my show was canceled. Happened last night. But what nobody knows yet is that it's been picked up by a major TV network. Not only am I still on the air, but I'm sitting prettier than ever. Any other questions?
Were you in this room the whole time prior to that emergency brake thing?
Of
Yeah.
course not. I made a couple of trips to my compartment in the sleeping car to get more equipment. But did I get an overpowering urge to pull the emergency brake while I was there? No.
I'll let you get back to work.
Take care.
Okay, what do I have? I have stones, I have that. I use that stuff. Let's see. What do we have? Someone threw the emergency brake. We know that.
Check. Still have to do that. Haven't done that yet. Can't check that off yet. Haven't done that yet. Haven't done that yet. Can't check that off yet. Haven't done that yet. Haven't done that yet. Can't check that off yet. Can't check that off yet.
Okay, well, I'm getting stuff done. It's just... What the heck?
What is that?
Okay. Well, that looked like a bubble human. There's probably something on the outside of the car that causes like a disco ball thing, and it happens to look human. Because these games are always trying to debunk ghosts.
More questions?
Would you like to see the letter that Lori gave me as a reward for finding her?
The one in which Jake Hurley supposedly tells his niece how to find his lost mind? No, thank you. I happily leave it to you to try to solve the mystery of his disappearance. You can afford to look foolish, dear. I can't.
Do you have a theory as to who pulled the emergency brake?
Well, I know it wasn't me. I assume it wasn't you, and I highly doubt it was Lori. So that leaves those two friends of yours, Mr. Gray and Mr. Balducci.
What do you think their motive was?
I don't know about your friends, but perhaps those other two simply thought it would be fun. Boys will be boys.
How would I go about finding out the name of Jake's train engineer?
If you're smart, you'd ask me. And because my work is going surprisingly well, during my next break, I'll log on to my archives at home and see what I can turn up.
That'd be great, thank you.
Whoever invented the cellular modem, that's whom you should thank, dear.
Aren't you even going to try finding out what happened to Jake Hurley?
No time. The only reason I haven't insisted that Lori release me from all this silliness is there's always the possibility that what happened to him has the makings of a bestseller, although I highly doubt it.
Why are you so sure that Jake's story wouldn't make a bestseller?
His story is an all too common one. A man wanders off into the desert in search of gold and never returns. Why? He either doesn't have enough food or water, or he encounters hostile natives.
But why was his train found out in the middle of nowhere with just the dead engineer on board?
That does make the story a little more interesting. My guess is the engineer got tired of waiting for Jake to return, took off in the train to get help, and died of a heart attack along the way, after which the train rolled to a stop in Blue Moon Canyon. Anyone experienced enough to single-handedly run a steam engine would have been quite a bit older than Jake.
What do you think happened to Camille?
She probably died of something mundane like pneumonia or even measles. Now, if it was wintertime when she died, and they were in the mountains, Jake no doubt kept her body on the train for months before he buried her, which is rather delicious in a morbid sort of way.
Well, I'll let you go.
My publisher thanks you.
Okay, that's progress.
Nancy, you missed it.
Missed what?
The argument of the century.
Oh.
He's exaggerating.
Aw, come on, you heard them. They were ready to tear each other to shreds.
Who?
Charlena and Lori.
All we heard was the tail end of it, and unfortunately, we really couldn't make out what they were saying.
So you don't know what they were arguing about?
No.
But whatever it was, both of them were absolutely out of their minds, livid.
And it would probably be a good idea to find out why.
Let me look into it. I'll talk to you later, okay?
You know where to find us.
When did these two get into an argument?
More questions?
What were you and Lori arguing about earlier today?
Lori and I? We weren't arguing. We were simply discussing a topic about which both of us are passionate, that's all.
Were you discussing her wanting to be a romance novelist?
No. And even if we were, that's really none of your business. I know that sounds harsh, but really, Nancy, eavesdropping is so tacky.
Actually, it was Frank and Joe Hardy who overheard you. They said I should talk to you before they gave me all the gory details, but since you obviously don't want to tell me your side of the story, I'll just have to get the scoop from them.
No, you don't have to do that. A storyline that Lori submitted to me found its way into my last book, despite the fact that she never received compensation for it. She's reading the book now, and when she got to that part, she freaked.
Oh, okay, so you committed some intellectual property infringement. Plagiarism, man. I do say it is the highest compliment. Plagiarism. You stole one for ideas, and that's what you were arguing about? It's a very reasonable thing to be arguing about. You have every right to be mad if somebody legitimately commits plagiarism on your intellectual property. If it just happens to be an accident, and it's just like you've never like interacted with one another ever, and it was like coincidence, that's a different story. But if it's very clearly plagiarism, that's bad.
You stole one of her ideas?
She had no business sending me unsolicited material. But technically, yes. Now legally she can't prove anything, and I'm certainly not about to admit anything. And it's not as if she needs the money. But that's what we were arguing about. For what it's worth, I'm going to talk to this producer I know to see if he'll cast Laurie in his next movie. It'll help ease my conscience, and who knows? She could wind up being a star. I mean, she is blonde.
We're far out and a long a ways. We stopped with that trend a while ago, the whole she's a movie star just because she's blonde. We've moved past that.
I'll touch
So
bases
that
with you
kind of
later.
dated
My
this a little
publisher
bit, but
thanks you.
okay. I should probably go and talk to the girl. Do I have to go all the way back here every time I want to talk to her?
Yes? I hear that Tino and you used to be an item.
How did you know that?
Who's Tina?
I'm a good detective, remember?
We went out a couple of times, yeah. As for why we stopped going out, you'd have to ask him.
Oh, it's the detective guy. The guy I can't stand.
Do you have any idea who threw the emergency brake?
I know exactly who did it.
Because it's you, it's gonna be one of those cliche things.
How do you know?
Well, who else could it be? Camille. None of us has any reason to stop the train but Camille. She doesn't want us to find Jake's mine, so she's going to do whatever she can to keep its location a secret.
Oh, we're talking about the dead wife. I'm still got the names all mixed up.
Did you see something?
Well, no, but I'll tell you what. Your friend, that Jim Hurley guy?
Not Jim, Joe Hardy.
Yeah, well, he thinks it's Camille too. He just doesn't have the guts to say so.
Guess I better get to work.
I'll be waiting.
Can't check that off yet. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet. Can't check that off yet. Haven't done that yet. Still have to do that. Still have to do that. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet.
Ah, we have a little
Hello? Hi,
Easter
Bess.
egg.
Hey, what's going
There's a Marie Antoinette painting. Over there, my mouse won't leave. But at the painting over there's Marie Antoinette, and there was the treasure in the Royal Tower, which was about Marie Antoinette, so that's a little Easter egg. That's nice to see.
Lori gave me a letter that Jake Hurley wrote to his niece, telling her how to find his gold mine.
If Lori knows where the mine is, why doesn't she just make a beeline for it?
Because apparently Jake was too paranoid to tell his niece outright where it was. So he filled the letter with all these weird, obscure clues. I don't think Lori could make heads or tails of them. I know I barely can.
Sounds like when he lost his wife, Jake may have lost a few marbles as well.
I discovered this cabinet full of old dolls in the caboose.
Yeah.
Old dolls make my skin crawl. Whose were they?
They belonged to Jake's wife, Camille. Jake mentioned them in his letter to his niece.
They could have been Jake's, you know. I mean, they never had a child of their own, right? So maybe after Camille died, he went a little bonkers. Oh, Bess. Hey, I'm just trying to think outside the box here, okay? Something it wouldn't hurt you to do from time to time, little Miss No Imagination. You know, maybe I'll just put this paintbrush down, walk out that door, and let you do this all by yourself. No, you've got to keep painting. If I don't get this done by tomorrow, I'll be grounded for a month. I was just kidding about your imagination. It's wonderful. You're wonderful. Very, very wonderful. That's more like it.
Charlena and Lori had this big, huge argument, and you'll never guess why.
Lori called Charlena a hack.
No.
Charlena called Lori an airhead.
No.
Bess, she doesn't really want you to guess, okay? Tell us, Nan.
Well, it seems that Lori sent Charlena a bunch of story ideas, one of which Charlena used in her latest book without telling or paying Lori.
Charlena stole something Lori wrote? That's incredible. No, the fact that Lori wrote something that Charlena thought was worth stealing. That's what's incredible.
I mean, it does make Charlene look more devious than she appears,
It
definitely.
makes me think that Charlena is a lot more devious than she appears.
Yeah, better keep an eye on her, Nan.
And makes Lori look a lot smarter than she appears.
How about a hint?
You bet.
Okay, so I understand the gemstones, because I only have one left to get, and I know where it is. It's the amethyst in that statue, but I have to wait for the guy to be gone in order to take it. So I'm waiting for like a nighttime or a day change or whatever. Okay, what's the deal with the grid with all the letters? Yeah, I need help with that for sure. How do I get that compartment? I know how to get that compartment on the stove open. I don't have all the weight thingies that I need. Whoops. I bumped the mic. I don't have all the weights that I need. Because I'm missing some, I think, still. And they may be still inside some of these other puzzles. I know what to do with the sheet music, but I can't play it with that guy in the room. So those two puzzles I have to wait to do because the guys are in the way. So I can't get to them. How do I move the painting? I know how to move the painting. I have to do the weight thing again, but I don't have the numbers, the right weights, to make it the right numbers to get it to unlock. So I still have to get those. There's a panel in the sleeping car that I'd like to open, but it's got a 4-digit tumbler lock on it. How can I get it open? Okay, so I definitely want help with the word grid thing.
What's the deal with a grid with all the letters that's in the caboose?
The idea is to form names out of adjacent letters. Just push on a letter, then push on a letter that's next to it. And keep doing that until you've spelled out a name. When that name drops out, try spelling another one. As for what names to spell, take a good look at the letter Jake sent to Ruth. As for what to do with the letters you end up with, I'd like to draw you a map, but I can't.
Excellent. You guys are great.
We know.
See ya.
Okay, that is definitely a hint I'm
I
happy to
wonder if
take.
this has something to do with that list of cities Jake mentioned in his letter to Ruth.
Oh. Okay. Okay, projector names. Okay, you'll need my projector when it comes to placing stones. The map. Okay, find Calico. Find Calico, Silverado. Okay. Calico, Silverado. Yay, I found that one. Okay, so that was Calico. I need Silverado. Silverado here. There, I got Silverado. Okay. Okay, so it was Calico, Silverado, Central City, Dodge City, Virginia City. Central City. Let's see, Central City. Dodge City, Central City, Dodge City. Okay. Oh, come on. That is what it said. Central, right? Yeah, Central. Okay, that's weird. I was doing fine.
What's going on?
How come you told me you and Lori never went out, and she told me you did?
Don't you ever stop asking questions?
When people start answering them honestly, I do.
I dumped her, okay? I'm not proud of what I did. I'm not happy about what I did, but it's done. It's over. Now let's drop it.
If you didn't want to dump her, why did you?
You are incredibly irritating, you know that? I dumped her because people said going out with her would make me look bad. Said she was a joke, that no one took her seriously. Said if I started hanging with her, no one would take me seriously. So I stopped calling.
Did you ever tell Lori any of this?
No. Now take a powder. I don't feel like talking anymore.
Okay. The more we're going through this game, the more the girl in pink reminds me of like Paris Hilton, and I feel like maybe the character is inspired by her almost. Okay, let's talk to you.
Hey, glad you stopped in. You gotta listen to this.
What have you got?
I put this digital recorder in the corner where Camille showed up in that picture and turned it on so it would just keep recording. Now when you play it back at normal volume, all you hear is background noise. But when you turn the volume way up and run the signal through a filter or two, hear that?
I hear something. It kind of sounds like a woman singing.
I couldn't hear anything.
Not just any woman. Camille.
Camille.
So be careful what you say in here. She's listening.
Oh, the way he delivered that was fun. Yeah, it didn't look like glowing lights, it looked like glowing bubbles.
I saw a bunch of weird glowing lights outside the window of the sleeping car.
Really? Actually, I'm not surprised.
Charlena said Jake Hurley used to see them too, only he attributed them to his dead wife, Camille.
They're probably some form of piezoelectricity. See, my guess is quartz crystals in the ground are being compressed as the train passes over them, and the resulting voltage, called piezoelectricity, is manifesting itself as glowing lights, probably because of some quirk in the train's shape or in the composition of the metals used in its construction. It was custom built, remember?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's a natural phenomenon, not a ghostly one?
Take it from me, old Mother Nature was capable of some pretty scary stuff.
I won't keep you any longer.
Goodbye.
Okay, so I sort of made progress on that one puzzle, but I got stuck. And I don't know what's up with it.
Check. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet. Haven't done that yet. Haven't done that yet. Can't check that off yet. Haven't done that yet. Still have to do that. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet.
They look quite creepy from a distance. How am I supposed to know their names or what order they go in? Like I have no clue. I still don't know why I have a pencil. Ugh. Oh, so I looked up help because I thought I had it right. I was clicking on the wrong Y. Central? Whoops. I didn't see this Y right here, which was my problem. There we go. I kept clicking on the wrong Y, that was the thing. Okay. Okay, and then it's... dodge. City. Hey, there we go. Okay, and then what was Virginia? Did I get it? Virginia City? Oh, there's one more. It's Tombstone, right? Tombstone. Okay. Why is there a music box going
Guess
off?
I'm done. Strange. All that's left is a jumble of letters.
Okay, I just turn away? Has anything in here changed? That's still locked. Something's supposed to have changed. Okay, there was that one thing in this other caboose that had like a letter thing. I wonder if it's the right number of letters. Okay, so it was N V R Z T B A. Oh. 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 Oh, that's fancy.
Jake's mind must be somewhere on this map, but where?
What is this map? Okay, so I figured that much out. Interesting. Okay, so the doll puzzle, I didn't look at details of it at all, so that I don't cheat. But, I kind of took a glimpse at it to like figure out if I was on the right track of understanding it, and it looked insanely complicated and hard. And apparently you have to really pay attention to like pictures and clues around the whole place, which is frustrating, and there's really no way of knowing the order of them without figuring all that out. So I have to pay attention now. And that's gonna open this. Okay, any developments? I just really don't trust you.
I can't stay mad at a fella detective. What do you need?
Thanks for your help.
Helping
He
people's what
didn't
I'm all
help
about.
at all.
More questions?
Were you able to find the name of Jake's train engineer?
I came across 3 references to the fact that Jake had an engineer, but I'm afraid none of them included his name. I failed. Sorry.
Oh, that's
I'll
a
touch
shame.
bases with you later.
Remember, if it's juicy, I want to know about it.
Party
Hey, how's it
boys.
going?
Oh, we've got stuff.
Balducci wants me to share everything I find out about Jake Hurley with him.
I'll bet he does.
He just doesn't want you to show him up again.
Yeah, he wants you
Yep.
to do all the legwork so at the last minute, bam, he can swoop in and grab all the credit.
I wouldn't tell him a thing, Nance.
Unless it's to get lost.
Oh, their dynamic's great.
Tino found one of John Gray's thermometers by the emergency brake handle and is getting ready to throw the book at him.
John Gray threw the emergency brake? Why would he do that?
Doesn't make any sense.
Tino thinks it's because John's TV show is in danger of being canceled. But when I asked John, he told me his show was just picked up by a broadcast network.
I still say there's less to all this than meets the eye, if you get my drift.
I get your drift, Joe. I have lived with your drift for years. I am saddled with your drift.
All right.
Talk to you later.
You know where to find us.
That is hilarious. It's funny because Joe looks fun here, and then Joe in Midnight in Salem is like really, really wonky, and he looks like he needs to like go to the bathroom the entire time because of the animations they gave him.
Engineer,
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew. I talked to you before, very briefly.
you're not the one who pulled the emergency brake, are ya?
No.
No.
Good. Because if you were, I'd have to come back there and throttle you. Old as this train is, it's a wonder it stayed on the tracks.
So you have no idea who threw the brake?
Like I just said, if I did, I'd be back there tanning their hide. Now, if you don't mind, I gotta get back to work.
Okay, so he doesn't know who it is. Okay, have we made any progress?
Check.
Okay, yeah, I figured out the letter thing.
Can't check that off. Can't check that off yet. Still have to do that. Check. Can't check that off yet. Still have to do that. Haven't done that. You can't check that off yet. Can't check that off yet. Still have to do that.
Okay, so I think the only puzzle that I'm like halfway through is the doll puzzle, which looks like a challenge. A very, very difficult challenge that I think I will pick up on after in the next recording session because it's getting late for me and I've been at this for a few hours and we've made some good progress. I don't know how far along we are in the game. I don't know. But we have made progress. I didn't really get horribly stuck anywhere yet. I know that purple, the amethyst, I have to get out of that cat thing. And the piano puzzle I can't do. I can't do those two things until the guys aren't there. And the only other thing that I've puzzled that's available right now is the doll puzzle.
Still have to do that.
That's the only thing I've got other stuff to do here, but doll puzzle is like next priority. Okay, well, I will see you guys in the next episode. Remember to drop a like and a sub. It really helps the channel out if you're enjoying this series. You can check out my, I did another Nancy Drew series. You can check out that series. I'm trying to remember which game it was. I can't think of the name of it, but anyway, you can go check that out. The link to the playlist will be in the description down below. And you guys have a great rest of your day, or whatever time it is for you. Just have a great life. That sounds like we're never going to see each other again. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, and peace out.
Hello?
Hi, Beth.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh god, so I can say this in front of... Oh my god, that's actually funny. I can say it in front of her. Okay, we're gonna tell her.
Apparently, Tino and Lori went out a couple of times, but he broke it off.
Why'd he break it off?
Because everybody told him dating her would hurt his credibility.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. It's cool that Balducci lets other people tell him who to date? No, that the three of us know something that like maybe 4 other people in the whole country knows. You scooped the tabloids, Nancy. Bess, calm down. You're slopping paint all over the phone. Oh no, it still works, doesn't it? Hello? Nancy? You still there? Hello?
Yes, Bess, I'm still here.
Oh, thank goodness. So what other yummy things have you found out?
Guess we'll tell her about this.
John Gray claims to have Camille's voice on tape.
Really? Did you hear it?
I heard a woman singing, but it was very faint.
You heard an actual ghost?
Bess, whatever I heard was barely audible. For all I know, it could have been a voice off the radio or something.
Did the real Camille like to sing?
According to Charlena, she did.
Well, there you go. You heard a ghost. Oh, Bess, you are so gullible.
Okay, let's see about a hint.
How about a hint?
You bet.
Still don't have all the gemstones. Well, I gotta get that fourth one. I know where it is and stuff. How do I get the compartment? I know how you're supposed to do that. I found a piece of music, but the question is, I know what to do with it. The eagle. Let's ask about the sleeping car because I have the clues and clearly I need the 4-digit number at some point and I'll get it when I'm supposed to get it. But I'll ask for a hint anyway.
There's a panel in the sleeping car that I'd like to open, but it's got a 4-digit tumbler lock on it. How can I get it open?
Maybe those 4 digits on the lock have something to do with the 4 words that Jake said Camille had taken with her to her grave. But even after you figure out what they are, you're still going to have to translate them into numbers somehow. That sampler hanging in Camille's car translates images into numbers. So maybe what you need to find is something that translates words into images. Know what I'd do if I were you? I'd go to Camille's car and sample some reading material.
Okay, thanks a bunch.
You're welcome, a bunch.
Okay, so it's gonna be... Okay, so it's gonna be the words from that book for the sampler are going to... It's gonna be the words from the sampler that translate into the pictures that then translates into numbers. Okay, that's not gonna be tricky. We just have to go to her grave to get those words. Okay, so this is like the challenge. This is like the challenge puzzle of this game. And I was really struggling thinking about it during my break between filming sessions. And so I kind of looked up a few hints and realized that I should have been taking notes of all the dolls' names that are scattered throughout the car. So I had to go back and collect them all and get descriptions and try to like figure out which doll is which and stuff. And the only hint that I really like desperately needed help with was finding out how I figure out what order they need to go in. Apparently it's the order that spells out the doll maker's name. So now that I have all this info, I'm going to try to put them in order now that I've written all the stuff down and found everything that I need. So anyway, I'm going to start putting them in order and let's see if it's right. It might not be right. Okay. Okay, so I think... Okay, so this one is correct. The first one's correct. I think it's... Awful Ursula was redhead, and that's the redhead, so we're gonna... No! No, I want... Okay. Okay, then Sticky Sarah, which I believe is the correct one for next, yeah. This one? Honestly, these dolls are really ugly and terrifying. Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna skip the next slot because I'm not sure which one it is. There's 2 boy dolls. Okay, I think it's plaid kilt. 2 left feet. That looks like it's the doll. This is definitely like the ultimate puzzle of the game. There's always that one puzzle. Okay, and then it's the other one with suspenders. The other boy. Goes there, I think. Okay, and then... Okay, that has to be the one missing a lock of hair. Okay, and then okay, I think she's in the right spot now. Okay, and then... Let's try... Oh, that's scary. Ugh. That one said Mama. I think that's the one that goes there. Oh, please tell me it. Is that not right? Oh my god, it reshuffled them, didn't it?
Before you say anything,
Oh?
I just want to say thank you.
For what?
Tino came to see me. He said you'd made him realize what a jerk he'd been for dumping me, and then he asked me out. Isn't that great? He said he doesn't care what anybody else thinks. He thinks we make the perfect couple.
Well, I can't argue with him there.
So what do you want?
Bye.
I'll be waiting.
Let's just check in with everybody else. I don't know what other puzzles I can do.
This is where Jake's pickaxe goes.
Yep.
Those look like steam pipes. Darn, the name of the shoes is so faded I can't tell what it is. Maybe Bess and George can help me figure out who made them.
Okay, so there's always that one little detail in these games that you can't figure out. And so I had to look up a walkthrough to figure out why I was stuck, because I was struggling with something. I couldn't find... I knew I had to have the name of the shoemaker, I think, or is it the doll maker? One of them. And I knew I needed that. But I couldn't figure out how to get that name. And it turns out that you have to take a photo of it. And that was not explained anywhere. There's no hint to you have to take a photo of the shoes. So now I'm going to send it to Bess, see what happens. Okay, let's try calling Bess now. Let's see what happens.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
The name of the company that made Jake's wife's dancing shoes is too faded to read. But to find Jake's mine, I need to know what it is.
Hey, I know what you can do. Take a picture of them with your cell phone, then send it to us, and we'll check them out for you.
But I thought you guys had to paint Bess's room.
Boring. Besides, we're going to have to take a break soon because we're almost out of paint. Probably because Bess has gotten more on me than she has on the wall. Anyway, send us a picture of the shoes via cell phone as soon as you can.
Actually, I already sent you a picture of the shoes.
Well then, hey, we're on it.
Oh, you guys are the greatest.
I know. Need anything else?
Talk to you soon.
Remember, when in doubt, call.
Okay. So now we're just kind of waiting for that name.
Haven't done that yet. Finish that. Check. Haven't done that yet. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet.
Okay, can I dial? I don't know if it's gonna immediately.
Hello?
Hey, Bess, it's me. Got the name of those dancing shoes yet?
Still working on it.
Catch you later.
Let us know what happens.
Okay, maybe something's gonna happen when I leave. I'm just glad I found that little detail in the walkthrough.
What's going on?
Hope I didn't take up too much of your time.
Not a problem.
I can't do Camptown races till he's gone. I'm just running back and forth on the train.
More questions?
I'll touch bases with you later.
All right, then.
Hey, how's it going?
Talk to you later.
Sounds good.
Me again. Just checking to see whether you were able to find out the name of those dancing shoes yet.
Your wish is our command.
Oh?
But hang on to your hat. The name is a real mouthful. The shoes were made by Chaussette Chateauyantes. Chaussettettes. Chatoyantes. That's French for shimmering socks. Apparently, if you were into dancing in the 1870s, that was the company to get your shoes from.
Chaussette Chateauyantes. Got it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for letting us
Alright.
help.
Catch you later.
Remember, when in doubt, call.
Okay, now I've got to run back to the other end of the train. And now I can do the doll puzzle, which now will allow me to continue doing stuff. So now that I have the name, hopefully when I put the dolls in that order, we'll be cooking on gas. Hey, I did it! I got it! Oh, yay! Okay, so I got 2 of them. Yay! It can move forward. Oh, that's sweet. Is that it? That's all. I just pull that up.